And welcome to the Geekz 31 Days of Horror for Halloween. This is Lil.
And this is Steve.
And tonight we're reviewing Final Destination Bloodlines, the newest movie that came out in 2025.
You know, Bloodlines has always led to the best sequels when it's subtitled Bloodlines. If you think about it, Hellraiser Bloodlines,
Trash.
Pet Cemetery Bloodlines.
Trash.
So,
anything else named Bloodlines? Trash.
I'm sure there was a Children of the Corn Bloodlines. I'm sure, and it sucked probably.
And if not, it's coming out soon.
Yeah, now I've willed it into existence.
on Sci-Fi. You know, if that channel even exists anymore. I don't have regular TV, so the Sci-Fi channel still exists.
I think so.
Oh man. So Final Destination Bloodlines, plagued by a reoccurring violent nightmare, a college student returns home to find the one person who can break the cycle and save her family from a horrific fate that awaits them. This stars, not a lot of people that I know. I don't know, Steve, have you seen Caitlin Santawana, Tio Brinos? I'm butchering names.
Whoever had the nose ring, I've seen him in something.
Richard Harmon, Owen Patrick Joyner, Anna Lore, Alex Zahara, April Twi'lek, Tony Todd. I wanted to get to Tony Todd, okay? Just because
everybody that you mentioned, while I don't know them off the top of my head, they all did a very good job. So
yeah. So I'll start with my review off the cuff. I'm not going to go into details. Hero, the best Bloodlines you can imagine.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to it's been a long time since I've gone and watched all the Final Destinations, but this is top half, right? This is up there. This is really good, really well acted, really, again, for a Final Destination movie, a good story, fun kills. And this is the last on-screen appearance of Tony Todd, which is a little sad, but
it looked like
amazing. And he had a great line. So
yeah, it was kind of weird. His appearance was very meta because everything he was saying was about like himself too. Like it was it was really cool, but yes, very sad to see him reduced to what he was there. He's clearly very ill during the filming of this.
Very, very, very much so. And but you're right, very meta. And we get a little backstory about why he's involved in all of these movies. So it kind of it's a great tie-in. There's one thing, and we'll get to it when we get into spoilers and stuff, but there's like just one thing that I kind of wish would have been done in this movie. We'll talk about it later, but a little shocked that they didn't do it. But again, Hero, some great scenes. The MRI scene, that's all I'm going to say right now. Good God. It was. And then I watched
a bunch.
I watched how they did it.
Me too. I've seen a bunch of how they did it that have popped up on social media.
And very impressed that a lot of it was practical, not just CG being CG. So very impressed with that. So Steve.
Yeah, second year hero. It's a hero for me as well. As like you said, I don't even know if I've seen all of the Final Destination movies all the way through. I know I've seen kills and deaths from some of them, but I can't remember the Final Destination. Like what the fuck? There's parts there. It's just, and they all sort of blur together at some point in time. So what have we done for 31 days? Just 1, 2, and now this one? Because we didn't get to the roller coaster. That was 3.
I think so. I think we just did 1 and 2
and I think
a long time ago.
Racetrack was 4, or maybe that was 5. See, I don't even remember which one's which anymore.
Yeah, I think the Racetrack was 5. But you're right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't put them in order.
I remember lots of deaths. I remember a barbed wire fence flying through the air and cutting somebody up in one of them. I remember a gymnastics chick that got crumpled in one of them. But I don't remember which movies they're from. So it's hard to rank them. I won't try to do that here because I wouldn't be able to do it justice. But I'm very fresh on this one. And I just thought that it was I thought the story was amazing. Actually, I thought that they took the concept from Final Destination and they like made it more like they're, because it's always like, well, you would die in the order that you would have died, but this like took that to a crazy extreme because none of these fucking people were supposed to be alive anyways. So like the fact that they're even alive is Death is super pissed. And I did feel like Death had an attitude in this one. He was shitty. You know what I mean? Like the entity that is Death, like had like a fucking shit-eating grin the whole time.
He did, especially with Grandma. Especially with Grandma when she's holding her house. Like I loved it.
Tried
like,
to get the rope.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, she hits the thing. I see what you're doing, bitch.
It was so good. I loved all of that. And there are some really, really cool, some graphic kills. That one girl, the main girl, has a lot of like, I have to react to this and scream really good, and she does a really good job of that. Awesome, man. I want to just get into spoilers so we can start, talking about these kills. But it was great. Hero for me.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
I mean, it starts off with the sky view, this Space Needle-esque. It starts off in the 50s, and you're like, wait a second, what's going on?
Exactly. I was so thrown off. And then we were here in the 50s for a very long time.
Like 30 minutes. You're there for a while. I mean, it's your classic setup. I mean, this is a contemporary film that takes place today, but the opening is in the 50s, and it is your classic Final Destination setup. You're getting introduced to some characters. You can start seeing the Rube Goldberg kind of shit. Oh, this little thing's about to fall, and that's going to make this thing do this. And you can see it all starting to take place. There's that shitty kid.
I was about to say, the shitty kid with the fucking pennies, like trying to kill people. Like literally, like, kid, you could kill somebody by doing that. Oh, throw some more.
Yeah, but the people that work there are garbage too. They're funneling all these people onto the elevator. Literally says like 8 adult max capacity, and there's like 20 people getting lugged 40 some stories into the sky. Like that guy with the high pitched voice, I needs to get fucking fired.
Yeah, I did not like them getting in the elevator. Like that was, I'm looking at that and I'm like, man, safety concerns, all that. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
so but it was a really, I just liked the sky view place. Like it's just, like I said, it's the Space Needle essentially, but it's
glass floors. You got all these different things, and you're just like, how is this going to go wrong?
And the music they're choosing to play, Ring of Fire, and all these little things to try to like let you know that even back in the 50s, Death had a sense of humor. I would love to play the music all about how he's like, I'm telling you, the Death as a character, maybe I need to go rewatch those, but it felt like, even though you never saw it, it felt like Death was a character in this through and through.
Agreed completely. And he does in some of them. I know that for a fact, because again, I 1 and 2, I do think Death plays that role, because I still remember in both those movies, especially when people are like locking themselves up and catching things. Like there's things that are happening, things are moving, and you feel that. I think in some of the latter ones, it wasn't so much. It was just like, hey, we're gonna just give you this big CGI gore fest. And this was like a perfect balance of both of that. Like we got a gore fest, but we also got Death with an attitude, Death with a sense of humor, families that knew, and people that knew, it felt like more so, but some people that were really shitty about knowing, and then like family crazy drama.
Oh yeah,
which was hilarious. But
the sky view here in the beginning, though, it's half the problem is that it was shittily put together. It was shoddily, it was shoddy work.
This thing was coming down eventually.
There you could see the bolts starting to shake when people were walking around. Like it's like, okay, so I mean, this was an accident waiting to happen anyways. That little shitty kid just added salt to the wound, basically, because he really didn't do much but set people on fire. The rest of that shit just happened because there was too many people up there and it was built bad.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you think about it,
yeah.
that whole, like, so this part of a chandelier falls, it hits the glass floor, it starts a small crack, people are jumping around and dancing to shout a little bit louder now, and fucking, you know, it's just catching so much weight. And then there's this kid on the top that throws a penny, which somehow gets sucked back into a vent and sticks in a fan blade, and eventually breaks the fan blade, which shoots off into a gas pipe that starts leaking gas into the vents. Like, you know, very Rube Goldberg, very, you know, Mousetrap.
Oh yeah.
But that's what we love, you know, and you
And
love
then-
seeing it all play off.
Yeah,
Once
and then
it
was
all
like
starts to hit, then you're like, yes.
explosion and carnage. Like some of the people were being impaled, how they were falling out of the thing, how did the whole, you know, like roof collapse, like the floor actually collapse
It's
and
like
like break
fell
the
in
building in
half.
half.
And then that fucking the penny comes out and it fucking lands on the on this piano, and it's the last thing that just sends this piano over the edge and totally smashes this one lady. And this kid, so, oh man, okay, so they're shoving everybody down the stairs. They're trying to get everybody to go down the stairs. The kid like pushes everybody out of the way, like, kids first. He runs down the stairs, but then the building starts to break in half. All those people fall out of the stairwell to their death. The kid's the only one left alive running down the stairs. And then when that piano falls, the kid's running outside, like, and he's laughing. He's like, I made it. Wham.
Piano crushes his ass. It's
Gore kill of a child by a piano. It was pretty nice.
loved it.
And
so
the lady jumps. She saves who we find out later is Tony Todd as a little boy. She saves him and jumps like an action movie, leap to try to grab onto the ledge to get them to safety. And how does she fucking do it? Her ring gets caught. Her engagement ring gets caught in between some rebar, and it degloves her finger. Oh,
Yes.
before it sends her to her death. Oh my god! And you see the whole thing. Ooh, ah.
And then what? It was just a premonition.
Phone rings, man. Whew.
I don't even wear mine anymore. But yeah, it's just a premonition, and then she stops it. You know, she stops all of these people, whatever, hundreds of people from dying. So like, you know,
And then these
it's different.
people, not only hundreds of people, but you find out that like a lot of these people went on to live lives, and they had kids who then grew up and had kids, and none of those people were supposed to be alive. So
Yep.
death is trying to wrap all this up.
Agreed. Yeah, and it's crazy because like you think about it and you're like, holy shit, like this is crazy because it's like there's kids, grandkids, who knows? I mean, this was in the 50s and we're 70 some years later, right? Like there's so much here. So it's not just a couple hundred people. Talk about a couple thousand people. And I love that the grandma has been tracking all of this shit. She's got binders full of news articles tracking
her
everyone.
murder board book is fucking awesome with newspaper clippings or doodles and all that shit. She's like, this will help you solve everything, and it does. The main girl, I'm really bad with names. I don't remember her name. Stephanie, I think it was Steph. They kept calling her Steffi, so Stephanie, I believe, is her name.
Yeah, Stephanie. Yep.
And you know, you find out there's a lot of drama with her, that she's going to like this family reunion with her uncle and aunt and her cousins and her brother, and her mom who's been missing in action for a long time. And the first kill is
well,
it
wasn't a family
death.
reunion. It was she went to go visit grandma because she kept having these nightmares. She
Okay.
kept dreaming of the event.
That's
So
right.
she was
That's right. It was.
And then she finally broke down and said, I you know, she's like failing in school, not sleeping, losing her friends, like waking up screaming. So she's like, I gotta go see grandma. Everybody doesn't talk about grandma anymore because grandma is crazy, locked herself up.
Grandma's house doesn't seem to be very death proof. I mean, I wouldn't put wooden pipes everywhere and shit.
Like, I don't know, who are you trying
what
to
are you
keep
doing?
out? It's but the thing is too is she also Steffi and her brother and everything, they're kind of like not tight anymore because their mom left, because their mom also, you know, raised by her mom, like had issues and didn't want to be around and thought she was like a burden to them. And then like so like this whole family has like trauma.
And it's all based around death. Like all I can see is how you die. And it's for good reason, because every one of these motherfuckers is going to get it by the end.
Which is crazy.
And the first one to go is Grandma. And how does she go? She has drawn her death for years and didn't even realize it until the moment she's about to die. And she knows it so well because she just looks at all these things around and she's like, son of a bitch. I drew the fire extinguisher, which is down there. I drew the wind chime, which is there. I drew the fucking weather vane, which is there. I drew the wind, which is happening. I drew all this stuff already. So it's my time. And she tells Steffi, she's like, here, take the book and just step back a little bit. She's like, why? She's like, well, seeing is believing. Wham! Crazy Rube Goldberg thing happens, and she gets a giant pull right through her fucking face.
Yeah. It was almost like she was finally done with it and had to prove it so she could save the rest of the family. It was like
she did not do.
No, because they were ill prepared to go through all this, and they tried. They truly did try, which was hilarious because like how many times have we seen the next death come up? Like a lot. So
and I like that there's two people that are in this family, Stephanie's dad and her aunt, that are totally safe because they're not related at all. And they get out of this movie totally fine. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So
they're a lot. Well, yeah, we don't see anything happen to them. But so after the funeral for Grandma, like Mom shows up and stuff, and they're all at her uncle's house, which is her mom's brother, the son of Grandma. And they're all everybody's doing dumb shit. There's a giant trampoline, and you're seeing all this stuff
underneath it. Oh my god!
Broken ice in a broken glass in the ice. So you're waiting for somebody to drink.
That was a 15-minute scene of tension building, and it was awesome. It was. Every time somebody drank, I was like, is it in their cup? Is it in their cup? Whose cup is it in? Because it never showed. Like, it would show the glass, and it would show like the girl drinking, but then it would show the ice with the glass in it, and then it was one of the guys drinking, and then they would show the ice with the glass, and it was somebody else drinking. So you never knew whose fucking cup it was in.
Yep. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a bunch of things happen, sets off the lawnmower.
The aunt fucking knocks a bottle over, which hits the hose to turn on, which triggers this other thing to fucking happen, which turns the lawnmower on.
Mousetrap.
The uncle steps on the glass in the fucking grass, and he's like, oh, fuck, and he's hopping around and falls backwards into the lawnmower, which lands on his face. Very graphic.
In front of everyone.
Awesome.
and yet everyone still doesn't want to believe it. Then they have the next day or whatever after this funeral.
The next person that's supposed to get it. Every person has like a small little funeral scene, and they're all kind of funny because it just keeps going back to a funeral. But like we don't really need to dwell on those anymore. The next person that's about to get it is the tattoo guy, the guy with all the piercings.
Yeah, which we see in the trailer, right? We see that scene partially in the trailer, and it's like it caught everyone's attention.
I felt like it was done really well here with the chain getting wrapped up and all that stuff. But then the way he dies is like off screen. You just hear him screaming in the fire, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you find out he's alive. Like he just comes walking back into frame like, oh, you guys thought I was dead? And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, how did he get out of it? Come to find out, he's not blood related either. He's from some fucking affair that the aunt had.
His mom cheated on their dad with some dickhead that they know because he was so pissed. He's like, "That's my dad." Oh my!
Is that why he keeps trying to play catch with me? It's like, what the fuck?
Because they're trying. It's crazy
it's really
too because
funny.
They're trying to stop him from moving. They're still talking to him while his sister is like jogging down the street and like not worrying about things. And what happens to her?
Some kids kick a soccer ball, hits her in the head, knocks her into a trash can. Then what?
Crazy. Yeah, and the trash compactor goes in the garbage truck.
The garbage truck picks her up and tosses her in like a rag doll. Awesome. And he's listening to like Katy Perry or some shit, so he can't hear anybody, and he's just looking at fucking, what was it, like Tinder or something, swiping on everybody, just not paying attention. And you see this poor girl get almost out of the compactor, but it crushes her
Crushes her.
face and arm.
Yep.
And it is like half her face is left on top and her arm comes off. Like it's really bad. It's really graphic.
But awesome.
Very, very cool.
But awesome.
Very good. And so then their next plan is to go see Tony Todd.
Tony Todd.
This is when we get our Tony Todd scene, which was really good. He leaves, and then their plan, because one of the other cousins, this guy, is next, and their plan is to go to the hospital, get him to eat peanuts because he's deathly allergic to peanuts, have him quote unquote die, but then bring him back because they'll already be at the hospital. They can bring him back, and then he'll be able to skip death. Tony Todd also told him that if you kill somebody, you get to take the rest of whatever time they had.
Yeah,
that's a new rule. I thought that was kind of cool.
That was an interesting rule, and but these guys do the dumb. I mean, they're just
well. But Tony Todd also says
if you
fuck
mess
with death, like you'll become part of his design if you fucking meddle with it too much, and that's what Tattoo Boy did. He did too much. He was talking shit. He was like, I'm invincible. He was fucking blah, blah, blah. And he tried to beat Death. And Death decided to turn his ass into a fucking pincushion. And it was another great fucking scene.
Folded him in half backwards, Jason Voorhees style, into an MRI machine.
With the bolt, with the like bars and pulls from a wheelchair breaking, going through his whole body. Like, that was crazy. Such a good scene. And then you think that the guy finally gets the fucking EpiPen. He stabs himself in the leg. Oh my God, I'm alive now. He almost died from anaphylactic shock. But then what happens? The MRI, this lady opens the door and the MRI sucks a spring from a fucking vending machine outside right through his head. And then it's just corkscrewing in as it's getting pulled further. So good.
Crazy. It's crazy.
2-for-1 special.
Yeah. So now what's left is the which is weird because I didn't understand why that would be the order, because I thought it would be like the uncle because he was the oldest sibling, then the mom, right? Because you go in like those orders, but I guess he wasn't supposed to die, so his whole tree has to go. Then
Uncle,
it goes to her.
Then whatever he's done, and then it goes to her and whatever they've done.
At first, I was trying to figure that out, like why wouldn't it be the mom next? But so then they decide we need to go back to Grandma's death trap of a house.
Well, because Grandma lived there, she survived for so long. So the mom's like, I can go live over there, and then you guys will be safe. As long as death doesn't kill me, then it won't get to you. As long as I'm alive, you guys will be alive. That doesn't work out very well.
No, not at all. What is this? This is the lamppost, right? Like the lamppost fell on her here.
Mm-hmm.
And
after the car crash and all that, the Winnebago goes upside down in the water. Homegirl drowns.
Yeah. So so then what happens is like Steffi, our main character, ends up like in this pond upside down in the Winnebago, tied in there with the seatbelt, and is drowning.
When the brother goes and tries to cut her loose, and that pocket knife folds on his fingers.
I know.
I am so afraid of that happening whenever I use a blade that retracts like that in any way.
That's why
I'm so scared of that, and to see it happen, I'm like, ah!
I won't do it. I won't.
And the way he's like, ah! He pulls it out. He's like, ugh! And because it's not going to kill you, but it's a motherfucker, you know?
It hurts.
Like,
yeah. And so he saves her, but she's quote unquote, they think she's dead, so they bring her back from drowning. She survives. And they think that, well, she was dead. I brought her back to life and everything's good. And at this scene, like, time passes by. Like, there's a few scenes, right, that like it's not. I don't think it's years.
Like it's not years or anything, but like her and her brother are like on better terms all of a sudden. He's graduating high school.
Yeah,
they're doing this thing, and then there's a train derailment that they managed to run away from, which I thought was really cool. I can't believe they managed to escape that, but then another train car filled with logs comes flying out of nowhere and crushes them both.
Just the logs, or you see the logs fly over the train car. Just
I mean, like it goes just aiming for him, you know, just smash. Oh, it was
nuts.
Chef's kiss. It was
Nuts.
a beautiful bow on top.
And then like this is the only thing, and it's the end credits, right? Like the end credits scene goes through all the newspaper articles, right? And I was hoping we would get the flight, right? Like I was hoping there would be a tie-in to that, but it wasn't. So it's interesting that it's like it just feels like it's
They
its
should
own
have,
entity.
but they've done that already. They did a movie.
They did it the last movie
where they went on the flight at the end, which
Yeah.
you know, because it would have been cool if like the little brother was graduating high school, it's a senior trip. Oh, I'm going to Paris. You know,
maybe.
but
Yeah.
It's
It
okay.
all
I
ties
think
back to the first movie. That'd be. Yeah.
I mean, but like we just said, they just did that in the last movie, and I mean, it's clearly takes place at least somewhere close because Tony Todd's there, and it's the same
Well, that's
character.
why I thought like because Tony Todd's there and like he's lived there for a long time because he's friends with the grandma and they're close and
maybe we're missing something. Maybe I didn't do very much research. I'm just giving you my thoughts on the film itself. So it's we've got a few movies this 31 days with a series of crazy good deaths, and this look, we're starting things off strong this year, man. I don't think we've reviewed a shitty one just yet.
Yeah, well, it's been a good year so far. So, all right, well, that's it. There you go. Final Destination Bloodlines. If you haven't checked it out, I believe at this point in time we're reviewing a little earlier, but I guarantee it's streaming somewhere at this point because it'll be Halloween time. So this definitely will be on Max or Paramount or something like that. So,
we're fortune tellers from the future.
Yes. So that's it for tonight. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let us know if you watched it. Let us know what you thought of it. This is Lil.
And this is Steve. And until tomorrow night, everybody, keep it creepy.